Teresa Bullock. I am the founder of Misfitland. Misfitland just kind of come together as a little by little by little thing, and that's exactly what this video is going to be. It's just a little by little thing. Sorry I'm late. I'm 8 minutes late. You'll learn that's pretty normal for me. When you run around with a bunch of animals, you really don't get to decide your time. They kind of decide it for you. Tonight, Angel decided that she wasn't going to come to me whenever I wanted her to, and anytime I'm in a hurry, I swear it's like she knows. It's like kids. What can I say? She's very, very smart and probably way more manipulative than a kid. She's just beyond intelligent. In the first video, and when I say first video, I've got hundreds of videos on there, but this is kind of like the first video of me getting to talk to you, and I hope and pray that I'm even in the center of this screen. I've jacked up a whole bunch of things together to make it work, and I don't know, we're going to try and do better. I got two fabulous ladies that is helping me with so many things, and Jamie, one of the ladies, said that she was trying to help me find a tripod and actually inspired this contraption that I've got together now. Didn't quite work out the way she suggested, but you know, when you're from the country, you learn how to make things work. That's one skill I do have. I don't have many skills, but I can take just about anything and make it work, at least long enough to get me by, you know. And that's exactly what we're doing here with this stand. I hope I'm in the middle of and not just talking. I've tried, talking to you, and I do talk to you a lot with the animals and all, but they never cooperate. I never get to say and just talk to you like I want to. I do have a very serious case of ADD, so keeping my attention is hard anyway, so throw a couple monkeys on my back and my attention span's of a fly. So thought maybe we try it this way and introduce you to my family, the ones that I come home to at night and what is my inspiration to go. Of course, I'm sure y'all want to know the story behind Angel. And it's I've told many of you, and I have seen some of the oddest comments, even down to, well, this is one of my favorite that I read, was the Angel was seized from drug dealers and came to and I don't even know where that originated. That is so not true. That's not how it happened at all. Since I was a little bitty girl, I always had a fascination with monkeys. So I was actively looking for a monkey. I would have been, Angel's 20, so I would have been 27 years old. And I was actively looking. Well, I came across this monkey that her mommy was sick, and so she had to be pulled super early. And she needed a home. She needed a mommy. Well, I was really ready to step up and be her human, and you want to talk about love at first sight. Oh my goodness, she could sit in the palm of my hand. She was so adorable. Although she never stayed in the palm of my hand. Angel stayed right up against the side of my head everywhere I went. I mean, I had a monkey stuck to the side of my head through everything. She went to work with me. Thank God, at that point I was working for my parents and had liberties that you don't get at a normal job. So she did get to go with me, and just like in what she would have done in the wild, if she would have been able to stay with mommy, she was able to do with me. Even down to showering at night. Just now, when we shower at night, she's got her little. It's a like you put a book on for. It's for people that lay in a bathtub and read books and all. Well, I use it for her shower. It works out perfect, and she sits there and does it. But when she was a little bitty thing, just taking her off of my head to shower, she would scream and yell and carry on like she. It was just crazy. She was always been super attached to me. And I think that's why she's such a submissive monkey. Everybody's like, how did you get her to be so? Angel has just always been special. She's just got a personality that I don't know. I've been around a lot of monkeys, and Angel just has this. She's very submissive. I don't know what other word to use other than submissive. Like if she even thinks she's got something that she's not supposed to have, and I even walk towards her, I gotta tell her it's okay, because she'll drop it and run, show her teeth like I didn't mean it. She's just always been that way. Bugs, I rescued at age 14 months. He had been through a little more than Angel. He'd been through a lot more than Angel. He had a owner that the woman, she just loved him. You could tell how much she loved him. She had lost her husband. She was older and she'd lost her husband. And from the money from her husband's death, she took and she bought Bugs. He was going to be her best friend, was her plan, of course. She loved this monkey and everything. Then I guess something happened health-wise. She had to move in with her children. Her kid and her I think it was her daughter and her son-in-law who she moved in with. Well, they had kids themselves, and monkeys and kids, there's usually, like I said, Angel's special because she is so submissive. Everything's fine with monkeys as long as you let things go their way, but monkeys and kids normally don't mix, because if the monkey gets the kid's toy, they want to jerk it back or something, well, that caused a conflict at the house, and she felt that the son-in-law was being too strict with his training ways, and she gave Bugs to another friend. Bugs' original name was Buddy. I had to change that because of my brother. I got restraining orders and all on it. It hasn't been a good life between us, so to call Bugs that every day, it just wasn't going to work. So I called him my Bugs Buddy, and then eventually I dropped the Buddy. But she named him Buddy because it was going to be her buddy. Well, she had to give him to another friend who lived in an apartment, and I guess put him in a cage. Well, Bugs had never been in a cage. I guess Bugs was a lot like Angel with the other lady. That he just hung on to her at all times. So when the lady went to feed him the next morning, he darted out of the cage. Monkeys are so fast. They are so unbelievably fast. And in all honesty, she's lucky she got him to stay in there overnight, because they're so smart. They can open almost everything. So anyway, the next morning, and she had the windows open. I guess it was a nice morning. Anyway, he ended up out in the middle of traffic with cops and animal control, and he ended up going to monkey jail. Well, the lady, like I said, she loved him. You could tell how much she loves this monkey. Well, she fought and got him back, and she brought him here and gave him to me to live. And I promised her I would never put him in a cage. I had no intention. I had two monkeys at that point. I had Angel and Junior G. We'll get into Junior G. I'll tell you about him, but I lost him. He was just all of a sudden. I don't even know what happened. One morning I went out there and he was gone. But I had those two, and I've lost my train of thought. See, I warned you about this. But she brought him here, and I was concerned because I lived in a mobile home, and a lot of people has a major problem with that. And I was so worried that she wasn't, going to like it here. But she's like, this is what he needs, And she loved the fact that he was going to have the trees and the stuff. And I promised her I would never put him in a cage. And I had no intention of ever putting him in a cage. But they just couldn't be good. I mean, these guys, I'd go to work. They have broke in so many times. They have come up the dryer vent, went down the chimney, they busted me screens out. It was just crazy. So I ended up selling. At that point, I had gotten me a Harley. It was like the greatest thing in the world. I love this bike more than anything. but the monkeys. I love the monkeys more. So I had to give up my Harley, and I built the monkey pen that we now have. The fence is such a mess too, and I'm wanting to rebuild. I want to get more into that, and I'm going to try to do this, hopefully around every night, or well, like maybe 4 nights a week. I don't know. We're going to try something. Always dreamed of 410, so 10 minutes is right with the thing saying. So I'm there at my 10 minutes, and maybe we'll shoot for 410s. For the first time in my life, maybe we can do 410s. It'd be better than I ever dreamed that way. Remember, you can always help Misfitland just by shopping it. Whenever you shop on Amazon, go to amazonsmile.com and click Misfitland as your charity. It does not cost you anything more, and Amazon will donate so much back here to our charity, and it will help keep things like this here going. The monkeys, this is not a cheap life, trust me. They go through more food than you can even imagine, and I haven't even started on the rest of the fur family. So I'm looking very forward to doing this and telling you more and bringing you into my life. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to share and click the subscribe button. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.